I don't know how else to say this, so I'm just going to say it. Here's how you can hunt G80 M3 competitions in a B48. Welcome back to another episode of Ball Stars. I'm your host, Z. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share. And this is part 3, the final part of the Sleeper B48 series. If you haven't watched part 1 or part 2, the links are in the description below. In part 1, we talk about how to make this platform as fast as the F82 M4. In part 2, we talk about how to kill A90 Supras. And now part 3, we're talking about how we can hunt G80 M3 competitions and G82 M4 competitions as well. Now, I'm not going to waste any more of your time. Let's get ready. Stage 3, here's how you make over 500 horsepower with a B48. Starting with the Empress Shooter Speed Intake Manifold, IM500 Turbo, Stage 2 High Pressure Fuel Pump, Port Injection with 4 additional Bosch 550cc injectors, vrsf downpipe, front-mount intercooler, transmission cooler, BMS coil packs and spark plugs, and an MG flash tune, and of course a downpipe to serve race cars, obviously. That's it. So, the reason why I mentioned specifically the 550cc injectors is because they're rated for about 600 horsepower to the wheels. Now, we're already pushing 500 horsepower and over 500 pound-feet of torque. You may even have to reduce the amount of torque that's being made just to keep something from snapping, right? Maybe a drive shaft or axles or a diff from blowing up, right? And I say that because this platform is still very young and it has so much potential. We're not even on Porsche internals yet. So we were already running mid-12s on stage 1. Stage 2 definitely creeping into the 11s, if not late 11s. And here we are in the final stage, stage 3. If I'm not mistaken, the G80 M3 comp or the G82 M4 comp, they run like an 11 flat, maybe even break into the late 10s. This wouldn't be that far behind you. And I'm not saying, again, this would decimate the M cars, but I will be very competitive. It will be very close. And that also depends on the skill of the driver and the setup. So again, like I mentioned in stage 2, let's say you got a tire on this thing, or you just have a better reaction time than the person driving the M, whether it's an 1/8 mile or quarter mile. You're getting after them. You're getting out there, especially with all the torque you have available to you at such low RPM. Yeah, you're going to get the hit, especially from a roll. You're going to get the hit. So this is a fraction of the cost as well, even with quote unquote all this money spent. And I say that from this standpoint. For anybody who's still in disbelief that the B48 is competitive, Empress Shooter Speed has a 4-cylinder Supra. I believe it's pushing 600 horsepower and it runs 9s. So this setup that I'm discussing is still a full interior street car. And I'm being generous in saying that it'll run low 11s. It'll probably break into 10s as well. So being right there with the G80 and G82 M cars. And as far as the power level goes, there have been a couple of YouTubers that have proven the potential of this platform. And yeah, one of them did switch over to the B58, just so you guys can try to have an argument against me. I'm gonna help you out really quick, but I'm gonna go ahead and cancel that argument right now. He switched over to it because he wanted to make more power and didn't want to risk breaking anything on the B48. Also, it's nice to have a backup motor or sell it to somebody who wants it. So it's a win-win. But let's say he didn't figure that out. And nobody else has to worry about breaking anything yet because you're already hitting 9s with 600 horsepower. What more do you want? And yes, that is a race setup A90 Supra like I discussed in stage 2 in part 2. But nonetheless, you cannot deny the potential of this platform. I mean, you can sleep on it, which is why it's a sleeper, and you're just gonna get your feelings hurt, like I've discussed in the past with all the other sleeper videos. So with that being said, let me know what you guys think. I hope you enjoyed this. Stay tuned because based on that, we're gonna start doing a this versus this series with the other budget build sleeper cars that I've addressed and mentioned in previous episodes. So coming up, we're gonna keep the BMW thing going, and it's going to be the E90 or E60 and 54 cars against the Pontiac GTO. So stay tuned for that. Like, subscribe, and share. If you don't know, now you know. Do what you want to do.